Hey everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Sean.
And we watched a movie.
It's a thing we do.
Yes. So here we are. It's the end of December. It is, in fact, probably the 1st of January when you are watching this. And you've got to ask yourself, do I have room in my holidays for 2 animated movies? Because if you've only got room for one, it's Soul. Go to Soul, go directly to Soul, do not pass the Croods. Go directly to Disney Plus and watch Soul. Watch it twice even, it is good. But if you do have room for 2, i.e. you've got some kids in your life and you are desperate for some screen time to quiet them down. They got a lot of battery operated toys that make a lot of noise. Yeah, put them down in the basement. Put the Croods on. It should keep them quiet for a little while. So I should say, it is the Croods 2, the new age. A new age, not the new age. A new age. There are probably many new ages, constant new chapters in the Crood life.
There could be. This could be a franchise that goes on for another 100 billion years.
Yeah. And it stops with Reservoir Dogs. No, the Croods 2, a new age. I didn't know that Croods 1 was popular enough to have warranted a sequel. In fact, I had to ask Sean, had we seen it?
Yeah, it's that forgettable, but also it was a long time ago that it came out. We did actually see it at the drive-in one year.
So you say.
I believe it.
So you say. I did have to look it up still on IMDb to get any sort of sense of what happened. And to be fair, there have been a lot of other sort of Ice Age-y, Cro-Magnon-y cartoons that have come out before and since.
Yeah.
That could
it's a
easily...
very fertile era for
apparently, for animation, yeah. If you think drawing upright figures is hard, then just go to the time when it was okay that they were a little sloppy looking.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Embrace it. And they have. So the Croods, I guess, if you didn't watch the first one and you're thinking of, can I dive into number 2 without the benefit of this whole very complex backstory? So the Croods are a family of cave people in cave people times. And just going about their lives. Patriarch. I guess the cave leader, or the hunt leader, or whatever you want to call him, Grug, voiced by Nicolas Cage. He is not just the dad, but like the guy.
Yeah, he is.
You know, he thinks he's the dude.
He is, yeah.
He has made all the rules, and he has kept his family alive. We'll give him credit. They're alive. They're surviving, more or less, day to day.
It's a tough time.
It is a tough time for the Croods, yes. Although, to be honest, back then, and up until about 1970, it was always a tough time. It was a tough time keeping your family alive.
All that lead paint.
Yes. So his wife, Uga, voiced by Catherine Keener. I can't, guys. Uga, voiced by Catherine Keener, because we put ours on things these days, since the Croods.
Yeah.
You know. They have a teenage daughter named Eep. They have a teenage son named Thunk. Eep, voiced by Emma Stone. Thunk by Clark Duke, who I always want to call Duke Clark, and I always have to look up to see which order that goes in. Their grandmother named Gran, apparently. Everybody else got a noise. She's just Gran somehow. Cloris Leachman, the lovely Cloris Leachman.
Well, she must have asked for it.
To be called Gran?
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's Sandy, the toddler / puppy of the family, undeclared.
Yeah.
You know, they were fluid back then. Who knows? Pet, kid, somewhere in between. Sandy hasn't declared herself, but she is kind of a wild child,
Very wild.
to say the least.
Yeah.
So they were just barely existing in the world, and then Eep, the teenage daughter, finds Guy, an upright human. So a clan of cave people, they find a modern human Guy, voiced by Ryan Reynolds. And he is just full of surprises, like fire, woo, fire. I mean, and many more inventions like umbrellas. I mean, some, is it anachronistic? I don't know. I didn't look up the exact dates on all of these things. But he's got some nifty inventions that really do improve their lives. But you know, Dad Grug is not happy about this trespasser, this threat to his masculinity, to his leadership of the clan. So yeah, he is very threatened by this guy, not just because he wants to date his teenage daughter,
but also because he wants to date his teenage daughter.
For sure, yeah, for sure. So now here we are in the Croods 2, A New Age. And they are still walking towards tomorrow, which Guy has been leading them towards just by following the light.
Yeah, it's the thing.
You know. Anyways, Guy and Eep are still very much in coupledom bliss, even though they're still sleeping in a pack, which is awkward.
Yeah, it is.
Really awkward.
It's fairly roomy though in there.
Yeah, but not
considered.
like.
Oh, not like
private.
your own residence.
No, no. So they're starting to think about maybe branching off. Oh, does Grug like that talk, Sean?
He does not. He does not care for it.
No, he does not. But you know what? Before any of these things can be decided, they find tomorrow. So that's kind of exciting. Nobody expected that. Nobody saw that coming.
No. No, it seemed like just a concept as opposed to an actual place.
But they knew it when they saw it. I'll give them that, because I might never feel confident I had found the place his dead parents, told him to run towards. And here he is, many moons later, and found it. And it is like heaven. It's a gated community. Somebody has erected walls. And inside, it is paradise. There is a gorgeous treehouse. I mean, screw you, Swiss Family Robinson. Yeah. You ain't got nothing on this treehouse, let me tell you. Because this is inhabited by the Bettermans. The Betterman family, just 3 little people. I don't know how they did all this themselves.
Technology.
Yes. So Phil, the Betterman dad, and is he the Betterman? Oh, it's going to come up.
His last name says so. I mean, he has a last name.
Well, the Croods.
They're the Croods.
Do you think maybe the Croods are their last name?
I guess they must be.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I just said that and realized nobody told me that.
They never use it.
But honestly, you only need a last name if you're filling out government forms. When other time would your last name come up?
Yeah.
Because Guy seems to only go by Guy.
He does, that's right.
Anyways, Phil, the dad, voiced by Peter Dinklage, Hope, the mother, voiced by Leslie Mann, and Dawn, the daughter, the teenage daughter, voiced by Kelly Marie Tran. So, these people, need I say, are also upright modern humans. Ooh. So they immediately adopt Guy, not just because he stands upright like them, but because they knew him from childhood. He somehow, in this whole world with only the light directing him, he has gone straight towards, childhood family friends. And Hope and Phil are so ecstatic to see him because they thought their daughter was going to die alone, in their beautiful, very safe, very lush gated community. Not a lot of other families though. In fact, they've not seen humans until these, some of them are human, stumbled upon them.
Guy's human, that's the important thing.
That is the important thing. Of course, Eep feels like Guy is already taken. But Eep is also super excited that there's another teenage girl around because she's never had a girly friend before. So that maybe actually complicates things because there's one boy, 2 girls. The girls want to be best of friends. What's going to happen? Yeah. Oh, goodness. They don't even know yet what is coming down those hormone pipes. So the Bettermans are so excited to have guests because they love showing off how much better they are because they really do live up to their name and believe their hype. Showing off all the modern conveniences. And it's really interesting because, like I said, in the first movie, the Croods were introduced to fire. And so that's really the family that they are. They're primitive, fire was exciting to them. And the Bettermans are all about the water. They have not just discovered water, they have mastered water. They are manipulating water. They are flushing toilets somehow. But they've also diverted water from a mountaintop source to irrigate their agricultural lands. Just
They're
don't eat the
expensive.
bananas, by the way.
Yes, it's a rule.
It is Phil's only rule, do not eat the bananas. It is the forbidden fruit of tomorrow. So guess who's gonna eat the bananas?
Grug.
The thing about the Croods is, the Croods are not very nice house guests. And I realize they've never seen a house before, so I guess maybe the rules have not been made clear to them, but they were sort of horrendous house guests, and I was a little verklempt over how many rules of etiquette they were breaking just from moment one, just smashing around, not respecting doors or walls.
They don't understand etiquette. It hasn't been invented yet.
Well, it has in the Betterman house.
In the Betterman house, that's true. Well, sort of.
Well, I mean, they definitely look down on the crude behavior, wouldn't you say so?
They do look down on it. I would not say they're super, like, accommodating and respectful.
Well, okay, it's a hierarchy, Sean, and it's their house, their rules. I'm sorry, I see what side of the pond you want to be on here, Mr. Fire, stuck in the fire ages. Come on.
Fire's still good.
But water's better.
Well, yeah, okay.
Ooh.
Controversial.
Needless controversy. But really, fire versus water, chime in the content. In the comments.
Water wins. It's true.
It's true. So how did you like this movie?
It's like about the same, I guess, as the first one, and that I'm gonna forget it. And
Okay.
also, I think it probably, like from what you described to me from Wikipedia, it's also pretty much the first one of just like the same plot.
Yeah, just keep encountering these pesky upright humans
Yeah.
who are all better than you.
Yeah, it's fine, I guess, as a kid's movie, but like we just saw it like immediately after Soul, basically, and it really suffers for that comparison.
It does.
Because it is one of these like put the movie on and walk away because you as an adult is not going to be interested in this
Satisfied
movie for
by
90 minutes.
Yeah, by any of the ages
No.
of the Croods.
No.
It was a little bit weird though. Here's the thing, Soul is so wonderful. We actually just watched it again, because how could we not?
Yeah.
And it was wonderful
Yeah,
again.
it is.
And I remember in the first one, asking myself, are little kids gonna respond to this movie? Because it's slow. And rewatching it, I felt that again, and I could appreciate it more because I wasn't, so wrapped up in the wonder of experiencing it for the first time. But like, it opens pretty slowly.
Yeah, it does.
It's like a teacher and he's auditioning and his mom's, down on him. There's not a lot of like kid-friendly hijinks for some time.
No, sure.
Not until we meet 22, and then,
Yeah.
we'll get a few fart jokes and whatever else. But it takes a while to have anything that would appeal to kids. The Croods appeals to kids. It's throwing all kinds of crude jokes right at them, one after the other.
Yeah.
But
that's all it essentially is.
Yes, it is that kids movie, right? But it also takes some weird turns, like the Thunder Sisters.
Oh yeah.
The grandmother just starts her own Avengers group and turns them into superheroes to say, because some stuff goes down.
Oh yeah, it does.
But yeah, I think that it looks beautiful.
It does.
Not in the same way that Soul looks beautiful. Soul is crazy, sometimes so realistic.
Yeah.
And then, so imaginative, because there is the split between real world New York City and then the great before, the great beyond, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, all these fantastic concepts that could only be through animation.
That's right. Whereas the Croods is just bright colors, just layers upon layers of you wish you could just freeze frame all the time just to see all the weird little things that they have penciled in all over the screen.
Yeah.
And when we do take a little bit of time to point a few things out, like the land sharks, of course, who doesn't love a land shark? Every kid I know is going to love the land shark.
For sure. The punch monkeys.
Or I was going to say, the only thing better than a land shark, I think, is a punch monkey. And the punch monkeys do a lot of punching.
A lot.
This might spark an interest in languages for your children. I can see that happening. I can imagine some of the kids I know getting a little punchy after this movie.
Yeah.
In the interest of communication, of course.
Yes, of course.
Gosh. So, this movie is not without its merits. I do think it's probably a bit of a fun watch for kids. It's definitely nothing they haven't seen before or will probably see again soon.
Sure. The Croods 3. A new age.
Yeah. The dawning of... Oh no, not Dawn. Dawn is the rival teenage girl.
Oh, yeah.
Leave Dawn out. We have no room for Dawn. Oh gosh. I'm sorry. Eep. Team Eep. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So it was not our favorite movie of 2020.
No. But it's not the worst thing in the world.
Well, we have seen worse. We have seen worse, yeah. But there are much better ones out there. But, I mean, there is a division now in animated film between animated films that are directly appealing to children, and we do need those. Obviously, there are back seats of vans all over the country that need this kind of material for those long-ass drives, right? We need this stuff. It's why I don't sit in the back seat of the van, though. I can be more discerning in my home. I did watch this, and I paid full price for it, and it weren't good. But hey, it's
what
Christmas, it's the holidays.
All be soul.
They can't all be soul. No, that's good, because this one at least did not make me cry.
There you go.
Twice. So the Croods 2, A New Age. It's available on VOD if you want to V the D. Okay, I'm so sorry. Bye everyone. Thanks for watching.